taking a look at it, the next thing then is we're going to do that. We're going into the lodge. None of this can be turned on unless you really understand the lodge. Everything is tied back to the lodge, and that's the difficulty of doing it. I can't express how important it is to understand this, because if you don't understand this unit, you're no good that way, you're no good that way. Okay? Everything stems off here, so we're going to go under. There's filters down here. I'm going to be shutting things off. There's caps. There's bleeder caps that have to be shut off. We'll take a look at all that stuff under there. Then we got to go on, and we'll be ready to kick power on, shut all faucets off and stuff in here. Then we're going to be able to turn the pump on for the first time. And it'll feed this direction, not that direction. And then once we get this up and running, we'll do the back end, okay? So, okay, the filters that here, this has the main filter. This has lots of shut-offs, and it has the main unit control for everything that we just did. And I'll show you where that is in 1 second. You see that I've got a wrench attached there this morning I put on. There's a green control. There's a main one. When we turn the water on out there, that's all going to come in here and then control all this, okay?
What green one?
See right there?
See, oh yes, I saw red and blue, but there's a green thing down below.
Right there, and it's hard to see sometimes.
Put your finger to it. Okay. It's the wrenches on it?
Yep, I put the wrench on there this morning so we could see that. I'm turning it left. I'm opening it. I'm turning it right, I guess it would be, to open it. So it's kind of, they put it in backwards is what happened. So I'm opening that up. Right now.
Where does water flow? What does that do again?
That allows the water to come through the whole system.
Okay.
Notice that it's been broken. So you have to be very careful with that so it isn't broken.
So how do you know it's open? None of us can really see it very well. And you went to the right with the wrench?
Yeah. You see the pipe right now?
Yeah.
It goes this way. To open it flows this way. Off is a perpendicular cross. Okay?
Yep. Right.
Be very careful with these. These are brass fittings, and if they break, we got problems. Okay? There, and then I'm going to shut things off here. Make sure everything's shut off and turned on. This one is turned on. This is shut off because there's a spigot here. This is going to turn on so we have water coming through.
Okay.
James?
Point that out. On and off again.
This one is open. This one is shut.
Okay.
Why do you want that one open?
This one is going to allow, the water comes through here and allows everything to go that direction, James. Okay. If that was off, then it won't allow it either. It's kind of a secondary shut-off.
So the one that's just an outlet is the one you've closed.
Yeah, that's right. And the reason is if I left that open, we'd come down here to be full of water down here.
You have 2 circuits, though, for water going each direction, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you should not have that one open until we close the other one?
The other one is a total different control, and I'll show you that when we get out. That's a good question. All right, so we got that taken care of. You notice I've got everything unplugged around here right now because of danger issues. The main thing is now we got water once we turn the pump on, and that water is going to be coming this direction. Agreed, guys? So what we're going to do is here is my unit. I make sure there's a leather or rubber right in there. Make sure that is in place. Yep, you see it?
No.
The black rubber insert there.
See that
O-ring?
O-ring?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That, very important when you put this together, get that O-ring, get that sand off of there. So I'm going to clean that off and make sure that there's no grit or sand on it.
Just with your finger.
Yeah, just with the finger. Then I'm going to take the filter that should be replaced at least once a year, if not more, depending on the water quality.
Yes, it looks like a ball of string.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Oh.
Okay. Then I'm going to put it together. make sure everything looks clean here. And hopefully get that on the first, hey, good man.
Yeah.
Got it on right away the first time. That O-ring should set in there. Tighten that up with your hands lightly, and we'll come down here later. Just turn it a little bit, so once I make good contact, I'm going to go probably 1/8 of a turn at the most. Okay, so that should be on. Everything should be on. I'm going this direction.
So these are all on right now?
Okay, they were all on, James, last fall to drain everything out. And a key again last fall is we wanted all the water out of here. Tyler, you were here, wanted everything up. I'm closing this down. If I don't, that needs to be turned down. Right, there you go, James.
Down, you mean off?
Right. Right tight. So now they're closed off again. So that drained all the water out of the system. So those are now shut. There's a Schrader valve in here. Yeah, this one. And the Schrader valve, this is opened up last year so it could be drained out. Real nice.
You got a wrench, you can get that back on.
I think maybe it'll go back on.
Okay, so you're closing that off and then you're putting the cap back on?
Yeah, I'm going to put right now the cap back on that allows water through. And
Where
I
did
back
you get it?
the caps I have right up here or in this jar. Put the Schrader valve cap on. Put the Schrader cap back on.
So there are two of them?
There's two of them.
Oh, that's the caps. So one goes under the red handle and one goes under the orange handle?
And Dad, all these valves are open right now.
Yeah, you know,
They
James,
should, or they should be
To
open.
drain.
they are.
And we're now closed.
I opened them back up right now. They were open, and that should allow the water to come through. I'd lie to you right now. I can't remember if they should be shut or closed, and we're going to find that out once we get going. But I think right now,
These two, you mean?
Well, the reason you're putting
everything.
Oh.
If we kick water on and we don't have water up above, notice where this goes to the kitchen sink.
So if there's not water there, then those need to be open.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, they are open now because I think that's the way they should be. They were left open. I didn't shut them last fall.
which is fine.
And the
We
reason,
just want to keep them open, right?
yeah,
Okay.
and the reason last fall I didn't is again I want every ounce of water out of
Oh,
these
that's right, because they'll
pipes.
drain from right there.
Yeah, yeah, right. That's those Schrader valves there, and that you have to be careful with those because they plug. And in the fall time, you got to really tie. We talked about that last fall. In here, you can put those Schrader valves back into this jar. Works good. That's why I hung that there.
Just gonna ask you, the cords don't do anything. Those are
No,
all, so you
leave
have-
everything. Leave them alone. You know, in the winter time, at one time when Charlie. They used to come up here, you guys used to come up in the winter and have water and stuff in here. This all had to be done. And then you had to redo the whole septic units X years later, you know, what they did now with the 3 septic units. To do that, because of code-wise, you had to change and put a lift pump out there to get rid of the water. That then goofed up the winter issue of water here because the lift pump can't be on and left, and then it freezes up, and then you got issues.